Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome everyone. My name is Aurélie. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today we are going to be talking about Saturn and the stationary energy of Saturn that is turning retrograde on Saturday the 29th. Now Saturn is turning retrograde on Saturday the 29th. This is a very part of our rhythm, of our life rhythm, because Saturn goes forward and retrograde at about 6-month interval. So right now it's going to be retrograde from the 29th of June, and again it will be moving forward on November 15th of 2024, and again it will retrograde next year on the 12th of July 2025. It's important to just keep in mind those cycles and repeated cycles, repeated movements of the planets. Oftentimes, especially on YouTube, we see a lot of astrologers using very dramatic headlines saying Saturn's going retrograde and all sorts of dramatic thing. And I think it's a real disharmony and disproportionate use. And it's important for us to remember that this is a part of the cycle of Saturn. Planets move forward and backwards, and there's cycles of how often that happens. So just keep that in mind. This is part of our life cycles, yeah? So Saturn on Saturday is turning retrograde. Saturn's the planet of hard work. It's also a dry planet. It's a wind planet. And dry means cold, yeah? Oftentimes when we see Saturn involved in combinations that are showing romance, we'll say very dry, cold, a connection between two people. And I think that's an important way to understand it, because we all have had these relationship where people are full of water and there's, kissing and joy and laughter and bubbliness, and then there's this energy of coldness. We've also experienced being in friendships or with people that are a lot more colder of nature, and that is this Saturn energy. It also allows for detachment, which is great for meditation and spiritual life. It allows for hard work because Saturn gives a lot of obstacle, delays, and challenges. And that's why we say it's a planet that brings forth maturity. And actually the maturity age for Saturn is 36, which is a very important age, especially when we look at the chart in Vedic astrology. So these are some of the things we should note about Saturn. That is important. What happens when Saturn goes into this preceding place before it turns retrograde is called stationary. Now this is all observational, because Saturn isn't actually moving backward, but because of the way the Earth and the planets are circling around each other, if we are to look from Earth right now, we'd see that it's slowing down in the sky. It was moving, and now it's like slowing down. And it's going to appear as though it's moving backwards. It's not actually moving backwards. So this movement is important because right before it goes retrograde, we have the stationary. And stationary is when the planet is seen slowing down. And it goes to completely having slowed down to moving the other way. And this is a very interesting moment in time when that happens, because it gives Saturn a certain strength. And we say these are the times where the hand of karma is like heavy and strong. And these are when karmic unfolding can really kind of come upon us, like things that are faded, things that can be a bit intense, things that are kind of written in the stars. Yeah, this is one of those junctures in time where this karmic unfolding can really take place when Saturn is extremely strong, because of this moment right before it turns retrograde, where we call it stationary. So it's important at this time to remember to keep things balanced. Whatever is coming up in your life, in your awareness, obviously you'd have to see what time period you're running in your chart. We'd have to see many different factors to understand how it's affecting you. And if you're just aware and paying attention, you can also see which part of your life is really being kind of churned. And you know, sometimes it's also about these junctures in time allow us for greater clarity, because when there is suffering in an area of our lives, whether we're seeing suffering in our work and just wondering, what's my purpose? Am I really fulfilled here? And asking all these questions. And it is hard work. It is, you know, uncomfortable and can be difficult, but also it allows for greater awareness on the other side, for change, because air has this beauty that it comes, you know, when we say Saturn and Rahu both have aspect on a house, we say it gets a storm. And what happens when the storm yoga gets activated? Things move, things change, things, you know, relationships suddenly shifts, or work gets a new opportunity, home, suddenly we're moving. And so this air energy helps move things. It is important for the right flow of life. And we also should be mindful, you know, to make decision from a grounded place as well, and think through things and really consider our options and move at a mindful pace. So there is balance. And I think that's one of the most important things we have to always remember, is that balance is so important, that we have all our what we're creating in this world, because all of us are creating a reality. We're going here, going there, doing this, doing that. There is we are creating onto this plane. And it is said that all of the elements, the 5 elements and the time journey and all of that in essence is the essence of the magic of this whole world. And we're creating with it. So there's always this union of being born and creating with the world. That is the Shiva Shakti energy, where the union of being alive and creating onto this world. Okay, I got a little sidetracked. And so Saturn is turning retrograde, and we should all foster balance. So, well, actually, one of my suggestions for this transit at the moment is make sure you do your if you have Guru Mantra, Om Gurave Nama. It's really nice to foster some akasha, because of this dryness of Saturn can be very constricting. So foster the akash, yeah. Bring about this akasha. So even in the places that are suffering in your lives, even in the difficult parts right now, you can invite the spaciousness to see clearly and make good decisions. This is very important. It's very important. And in our Jyotisha, in Vedic Astrology, there are combinations that show good decision, bad decision. And you know, I mean, just look around. You know those people in your life that's like, you had all these opportunities and somehow nothing, you know, you made all the wrong decisions and nothing, you know, nothing was created where it should have blossomed. We're getting Ketu Nimitta. Sirens. And Ganesha. That's a good point. And Ganesha. You know, Ganesha really helps us to overcome obstacles. And Saturn does what? Creates a lot of obstacles. It pushes us. But through these obstacles, we find that inner strength. It makes us strong. But we have to walk through it and not let us get us depressed, because, you know, depression is also shown by Saturn, this heaviness energy. So it's really important also, if you have any Ganesha sadhana, practice your Ganesha sadhana during this time. I'm not going to do a reading for all of the ascendants. I just wanted to make you a note for this Saturn going retrograde, because it's a very significant and important time. So Saturn is turning retrograde on Saturday, the 29th. Sign up for the newsletter. I'm going to be doing a piece of writing on this transit. And there's a dark moon next week, so I'll be releasing something on this dark moon. I hope all of you are well.